So we will start in a seated position. So grab yourself whatever you need to sit comfortably. And you might want to sit on your block or your cushion. And then just allow your body to do anything that it needs to do to shake out anything that's left over from your day. And then gradually come into stillness. And then either let the eyes gently close or just let the gaze soften. And take a really deep breath all the way into the back of your ribs. And then exhale out of your mouth. Take another couple of breaths like that, breathing deeply into the back of the ribs. And exhaling out through the mouth. Good, and then breathe into the sides of your ribs with your inhale, feeling the sides of the ribs expanding outwards. And as you exhale, softly draw the low belly towards your spine. Again, breathe into the sides of the ribs. And exhale, softly draw the low belly in towards the spine. Continue breathing like that, breathing in to expand the ribs. And breathing out to draw the low belly in. And really starting to focus all of your attention, all of your conscious awareness on that sensation of the breath as it expands the sides of the ribs. And as the low belly draws in and the sides of the ribs coming back towards the center. And as you're breathing like this, start to get a sense of the crown of the head, the heart, and the pelvis being in one straight line. So you might need to draw the crown of the head back a little bit. And just notice what that does to the breath. See if you have more space when you draw the crown of the head back. Let the shoulders settle away from the ears. And let the tongue soften, allowing the jaw to relax, creating some space in between the teeth at the back of the mouth. And then bring both of your hands to come over your heart space, so one on top of each other. And start to direct your inhale to fill the space around the heart. Again, with the exhale, allowing the shoulders to soften and keeping the crown of the head drawing back over the sacrum. The intention for the practice this evening is to foster a connection with your heart space. Whatever that means to you, and that might feel like something, it might feel like nothing, doesn't matter. It's just an intention to see if you can work with really filling the space around your heart, your physical heart or your energetic heart, whatever speaks to you more. And see if you can nurture that space with compassion for whatever you find there, and allow that sense of compassion to wash through the heart and to wash through the practice, however you find yourself this evening. Knowing that everything is welcome and you just meet it with your breath and your awareness. We'll start with 3 Brahmari breaths into the heart. So Brahmari breath, we breathe in through the nose, and then the lips are just touching each other, and we breathe out, making a humming sound, like a buzzing sound. And the lips vibrate just a little bit. So we'll take the first one together, and then we'll take 2 more into the heart space. Breathing in through the nose. And again into the heart space. One more. Good, and then release the hands. Allow the forehead and the jaw to soften again. And then if you're sat on a block, move off your block or your cushion and extend your left leg out to straight. Bring the sole of the right foot to the inside of the left thigh. And if you feel like your left sitting bone is hiking up because you can't sit squarely, then just prop underneath your right knee with your block or your cushion. Bring the left hand down in line with the left hip for a side bend. Release the head and the neck over towards that left hand side. Inhale, reach the right arm up into the air. And exhale, allow those right fingertips to reach away from your right hip. Inhale and expand the space all the way down the right side of your body. And exhale, root down through both of your sitting bones and spread the toes of your left foot. Coming into a chest opener, drawing those right fingertips back out behind you, keeping the head and the neck released over towards the left. Inhale, breathe all of the way up to the right collarbone. And then exhale, draw the right shoulder blade in towards the spine as the fingers draw out behind the body. Inhale all of the way up into the right collarbone. And exhale, relax the jaw and the forehead. Good. Bring the left hand to support the face and then draw the head up to center. We'll take a twist, bring the left hand to the right knee and the right fingertips out behind you. Soften the shoulders away from the ears. Inhale, expand the sides of the ribs. And exhale, draw the low belly in, gently twisting towards the right hand side. Good, and then gently come back to center and switch over the legs. Again, putting a prop under that left knee if you feel like you're swinging over onto your left knee. Bring the right hand out in line with the right hip. Release the head and the neck to the right. Inhale, reach the left arm up and over. And exhale, release the head and the neck. And let go a little bit in that left hip. Inhale, breathe all the way up into the space around the heart. And exhale, soften the forehead and the jaw. Coming into chest opener, drawing those left fingertips back out in line with the shoulder. Inhale, breathe all the way up into the left side of the chest. And exhale, squeeze the left shoulder blade in towards the spine. Allow the right shoulder to come away from the right ear as well. Good. And then release the left hand, support the head with the right hand, And draw the head up to center, coming into your twist. The right hand comes to the left knee, and the left hand comes out behind you. As you inhale, see if you can feel your ribs lifting away from your hips. And then exhale, draw the low belly in and open the chest towards the left side. Keep the chin in line with the chest if the neck feels tweaky. Good, and then come back to center. And extend both of the legs out into a straddle. So you might want to sit propped up on your block. You might want to have the knees bent. Whatever allows your back to be nice and long and the chest to be open. And then bring the fingertips out behind you. So you might have your knees bent, might be sat up for this. And exhale, draw the shoulders away from the ears. And feel a few really deep breaths all the way, expanding circumferentially around the ribs, so the front, the sides, and the back of the ribs. Good, and if you feel really comfortable, the backs of the knees are down on the mat, you can also take a forward fold for a couple of breaths here. Aiming to keep the spine really nice and long. And just allowing some softness around the hips and the groins with the exhale. Good, gently come back up to center. Bring the hands underneath the knees and then draw the knees together, hover the feet off the mat. We'll come into Navasana, boat pose. So first of all, just hold the backs of the hamstrings, lift the chest up and draw the shoulder blades back and down. Draw the low belly in. And if you can keep this nice straight line in your back, then you can release the fingertips forwards. If that means that you round your back, just stay lifted. You're still using the same muscles. And expand the breath into the sides of the ribs. As you exhale, draw the shoulder blades back and down. 2 more breaths here. They're my breaths, so they may be a little bit long. And then hug the knees in towards the chest and roll all the way down onto your back. We'll do some more abs. So bring your knees up over your hips with the shins roughly parallel to the ceiling, maybe slightly lower than the knees. Bring the right hand onto the right thigh. Take an inhale and expand the sides of the ribs. And exhale, push the right hand into the thigh into the hand, push the low back down and draw the front ribs in. Inhale, release, expand the sides of the ribs. Exhale, push the thigh into the hand into the thigh, push the low back down and draw the low belly down. Inhale, release, relaxing the jaw and the neck. Exhale, push the hand into the thigh into the hand, pull the low belly down, push the low back down. And then onto the left side. Take an inhale, expand the ribs and bring the left hand to the left thigh. Exhale, push the left hand into thigh into the hand. Draw the low back down, draw the low belly in. Inhale, expand the sides of the ribs. Exhale, push hand into thigh into hand. Push the low back down, draw the belly in. 1 more of these. Inhale, deeply expanding the sides of the ribs. Exhale, hand into thigh into hand, pull the low belly in. Good, and then hug the knees into the chest and just take a few breaths rocking from side to side. Feeling the lowest part of the back and massaging it if you can down into the ground. And then we'll bring the knees back up over the hips, the elbow to knee. The shins again are parallel to the ceiling-ish, and the toes are active. So spreading through the toes. Clasp the hands behind the back of the head and send the elbows up towards the ceiling. Take an inhale all the way down into the low back. Hold the breath, push the low back down, curl the tailbone. Exhale, lift the elbows towards the left knee, reach away through the right leg at 45 degrees, and pull the low belly down. Inhale, come back to center, bend both of the knees. Hold the breath, push the low back down, curl the tailbone up. Exhale, elbows lift towards the right knee, reach away through the ball of the left foot, and pull the low belly down. Inhale, come back to center, bend both of the knees. Hold the breath, push the low back down, curl the tailbone, squeeze the sitting bones. Exhale, lift the elbows to the left knee, reach away through the ball of the right foot. Pull the low belly down. Inhale, come back to center. Hold the breath, push the low back down, curl the tailbone, squeeze the sitting bones. Exhale, elbows to the right knee, reach away through the ball of the left foot. See if you can lift up your right shoulder blade off the mat and pull the low belly down. Inhale, come back to center. Hold the breath, push the low back down, curl the tailbone, squeeze the sitting bones. Exhale, lift the elbows to the left knee, reach away through the ball of the right foot. See if you can lift up your left shoulder blade off the mat and pull the low belly down. And last one, inhale, come to center. Hold the breath, push the low back down, curl the tailbone, squeeze the sitting bones. Exhale, lift the elbows right, reach away through the ball of the left foot. See if you can lift up your right shoulder blade and pull the low belly down. Inhale, come back to center. Release the head, release the feet, release the arms. And take a few deep breaths all the way down into the low belly. Good. Setting up for a bridge pose. Bringing the feet to parallel, spreading the toes. Inhale, expanding the sides of the ribs. And exhale, push through the feet as you lift the hips up into the air. And really make sure that your neck and your shoulders are nice and soft and relaxed here. The forehead and the jaw are relaxed. And then see if you can get a sense of lengthening the sitting bones down towards the hamstrings or tucking the tailbone a little bit, just switching on your glutes so those really strong glute muscles are supporting the rest of your body. Option to bring the left foot in towards the center. Take an inhale and draw the right knee in towards the chest. And exhale, reach through that right foot, drawing the right toes in towards your face. Keep squeezing that left sitting bone, the left glute muscle. Release the right foot down if it's lifted. Take a really deep breath, expand the space in between the ribs and the hips. Draw the left knee in towards the chest. And exhale, send the left leg up into the air. Then draw the left toes in towards your face as you push down with the right foot. So that right foot pushing down is enabling the lift of the left leg. Keep breathing deeply. And then release the left foot down. Take an inhale at the top. And exhale, curl the upper, then the middle, then the low part of the back, all the way down towards the ground. Hug the knees in towards the chest. And start to rock yourself forwards and backwards along the length of your spine. Eventually you'll come up into a seated position. And you'll come forwards onto your hands and your knees. And to start off with, just spread your fingers wide and then take some circles with your shoulders around and over your wrist joints. So just starting to stretch out and put some pressure into those wrists, gently. Keep breathing into the sides of the ribs as you do this. And then take those circles the other way. Really feeling into how your wrists are today. Good. And then coming back into a neutral position with your spine. Take an inhale and drop the belly, open the chest. And exhale, push through the mat, draw the chin in, draw the low belly in to cat pose. Taking a few more breaths like this in your cat-cow. Or in any other movement that feels good for your body as you start to wake it up with your deep breath. Good, and then sit back onto your heels, either with the tops of the feet flat or with the toes tucked under. And bring the elbows in alongside of the waist, the bird wing, with the palms facing up. Inhale, breathe into the sides of the ribs. Exhale, draw the shoulders back and down. Squeeze the shoulder blades together as you send the thumbs wide. Inhale, draw the fingertips back to center. Exhale, squeeze the shoulder blades together, sending the thumbs wide. Starting to switch on the upper back. Inhale, draw the fingertips together. Exhale, squeezing the shoulders together, sending the thumbs wide. One more like that. And exhale, squeezing the shoulders together, drawing the shoulder blades down the back. Good, bring the hands back down onto the mat and tuck the toes under and lift up into a downward facing dog. Taking a few moments to maybe bend and straighten each leg in turn. Maybe you want to move the hips from side to side. Or maybe stillness feels better here. Just starting to tune in with what feels right for your body in this very moment. And allowing yourself to follow that. Take an inhale and come forwards into a plank pose. And exhale, draw the belly in, lift up into downward facing dog. Inhale, coming forwards into a plank pose. Exhale, draw the belly in, downward facing dog. Inhale, come forwards into a plank pose. This time, drop the knees down and bring the forearms down. We'll take dolphin. So measure the distance between the elbows by holding around the upper arms. And then most of you want to clasp the hands together. If your shoulders are really open and normally you do the palms down, experiment with bringing the palms up towards the ceiling. Otherwise, you're clasping the hands. Everyone take an inhale to expand the space in between the shoulder blades. And exhale, draw the shoulder blades away from the ears and relax the back of the neck. Get a sense of inhaling and squeezing the elbows in towards each other. And exhale, option to tuck your toes under and lift your hips up into the air. Breathing deeply, expanding the space around the ribs. And as you exhale, push through your forearms and your wrists. Squeeze those elbows in towards each other. The elbows don't move, but they kind of feel like they're energetically drawing towards each other, like a magnet. Take up to 3 more deep breaths, really getting a sense of lengthening the sitting bones up and back. Drawing those armpits towards the thighs and keeping the breath really deep. And then releasing the knees down if they're not down already. And keeping the hips stacked over the knees, walking the hands out in front of you for Anahatasana, starting to sink the chest down towards the ground. And you can either bring the forearms down or you can be up on the hands, or if you want a little bit more, you can come up onto the fingertips. Allow the breath to fill the space at the back of the heart. And if that's intense, that's okay. Just allow the breath to fill it anyway. Good. And then start to walk the hands back in and take a few more breaths in a cat-cow. Or again, maybe making another movement around the shoulders or around the hips. And then tucking the toes under, lifting up into a downward facing dog, just briefly. Taking an inhale through the nose and an exhale out through the mouth. As you do that, soften the forehead and the jaw again. And then start to walk your feet towards your hands at the top of the mat and come into a standing forward fold. Release the back of the head and the back of the neck. An option to just let the arms hang down or to bring the thumbs to the inner elbows. And allow your breath to fill all the way down to the low back. Putting a bend in your knees if it feels really intense on your hamstrings. Really feeling the weight of the body sinking or drawing down towards the ground. Good. Then put the fingertips onto the shins and lift into a half lift. So the upper body is parallel with the ground. And then the weight's probably gone back into the heels. So see if you can draw it forward so the weight's distributed between your heels and the balls of your feet. Then bring your arms out like they're in a cactus position. So the arms are like this. Take an inhale and squeeze the shoulder blades together. And then exhale, draw the elbows together in front of the body, still in a half lift. Inhale, squeeze the shoulder blades together, open the arms. Exhale, round the spine, squeeze the elbows in. Inhale, open the chest, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Exhale, round the spine, squeezing the elbows in. Good, and then release the right hand down towards the ground or your block. Put a bend in your right knee. Reach the left arm up for a twist. Feeling the space in the upper back or the sensation in the upper back. Good, and then switching the hands, bending the left knee and reaching the right arm up. Inhale, expand the space all around your heart, just like you did at the start of the class. And then exhale, release both of the hands down, draw the belly in, and slowly roll yourself up into a standing position. Take a couple of rolls of the shoulders. And again, see if you can get a sense of the crown of the head being over the heart, being over the pelvis. So maybe drawing the crown of the head back a little bit for many of us. Allowing the chest to be open, the shoulders are drawing back and down. Close the eyes here and take a deep breath, really feeling your feet. Allowing them to settle down into the ground. And then we'll take some sun salutations. Inhale, reach the arms up into the air. Exhale, fold forwards, draw the belly in. Inhale, half lift, lengthen the heart forward. Exhale, step back into a plank position. Option to bring the knees down and then squeeze the elbows in towards your waist. Draw the shoulders down as you lower down towards the ground. Bring the hands forwards. Push the tops of the feet into the mat. And then take a deep inhale down into your low belly and see if you can draw the chest forwards between the arms, drawing the shoulder blades back and down. Take another breath here, expanding the sides of the ribs. And exhale, draw the shoulder blades down the back as you lower down and then push back up into a downward facing dog. And see if you can find some stillness here with the body. Just feeling the movement of the breath. Inhale, bend the knees, look forwards. Exhale, step or jump to the top of the mat, standing forward fold. Inhale, reach the arms up into the air. Exhale, bring the hands back to heart center. This time with lunges, inhale, reach the arms up into the air. Exhale, fold forwards, draw the belly in. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step the left foot back, bring the left knee down. Inhale, push through the right foot and reach the arms up. Exhale, curl the pubic bone in towards the belly button. Inhale, expand the sides of the ribs. Exhale, come into a plank pose. And then lower yourself down towards the ground. Take one inhale in your cobra. And then exhale, push to downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the left leg up into the air. Exhale, step the left foot forwards. Release the right knee down. Inhale, push through the front foot as you lift the arms up. Exhale, curl the pubic bone in towards the belly button, switching on the glute muscles of that right glute. Take another inhale and reach the fingertips up. Exhale, standing forward fold at the top of the mat. Release the back of the neck. Inhale, reach the arms up into the air. Exhale, draw the hands back to heart center. Again, inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold forwards, draw the belly in. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step the left foot back, bring the left knee down, keep the toes tucked under, if that's okay for your knee. Inhale, reach the arms up into the air. Option with your exhale to reach away through that left heel and hover the left knee off the mat. And if you're doing that, try and stay really low in your lunge. So your hips don't really move from when the knee is down to when the knee is up. Inhale, lengthen the ribs away from your hips. And exhale, push down through your right foot, reach away through your left heel. Bring the hands down, step back into a plank pose. Take an inhale here. And exhale, lower yourself down towards the mat. Bring the hands wherever suits you and take an inhale into a cobra pose. And exhale to downward facing dog. Take an inhale here and exhale out through your mouth. Inhale, lift the left leg up into the air. Exhale, step the left foot forwards, bring the right knee down. The toes stay tucked under. Inhale, reach the arms up into the air. Option, exhale, hover that back knee, reach away through your back heel. Inhale, feel like your ribs are lifting up out of your hips. And exhale, send the left shin forwards, the right heel goes back. Take one more inhale. Exhale, standing forward fold, top of the mat. Inhale, reach the arms up into the air. Exhale, draw the hands back to heart center and then close the eyes. Keep the hands there. Take a couple of breaths. Feel all of that energy that you're creating. See if you can feel into the heart space again. Put a bend in your knees. Use an inhale to come into a chair pose. Exhale, fold forwards, draw the belly in. Inhale, half lift. Exhale to step or jump back, lowering yourself down towards the ground. Inhale, draw the shoulders away from the ears as you lift the heart forwards in your back bend. And exhale, come back to downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the right leg up into the air and bend the right knee. Open the right hip. Exhale, step the right foot forwards for warrior two. So the front foot's facing forwards, the back foot's in line with the short edge of the mat, and the front knee is tracking over that second or third toe. And then let the arms come down for shoulder shrugs. Inhale, breathe into the upper back. Lift the shoulders up, send the shoulders back. And exhale, squeeze the shoulder blades together as you draw them down the back. Inhale, breathe into the upper back. Send the shoulders up and back. Exhale, squeeze the shoulder blades together, draw them down the back. One more like that. Inhale, breathe into the upper back. Lift the shoulders up and back. Exhale, squeeze the shoulder blades together, draw them down the back. Good. And then bring your right arm up into the air and bend the right elbow and bring the left hand onto that right elbow. You're still deep into your warrior, so that front knee is bent. Inhale, breathe space all the way down the right side of the body. And then exhale, like you're coming into reverse warrior, start to send that right elbow back. Get a sense of softening the right shoulder blade down the back. If this feels okay, you can also bring your left arm underneath the arch arms. So inhale, lift up your right elbow. Spread the space between the ribs and the hips down the right side of the body. And exhale, spread the toes of your back foot. Good. Release the arms, come back to center to warrior two. Straighten the front leg. Coming into triangle, inhale, reach the fingertips forwards. And then exhale, bring the right hand down to the inside of that right leg. Reach the left arm up into the air. Feel the breath in both of the sides of your ribs. And exhale, reach away through the outer edge of the back foot. Good. And then we'll come option to stay here or to come for a couple of breaths in a half moon, stepping your back foot in and floating the left leg up into the air, bringing the fingertips either down to the ground or to a block, or you can hover the right fingertips. Opening that left hip up towards the ceiling. Good, and then release the left foot back down. And we'll take a few breaths in a goddess pose, sinking your hips, bringing your heels in and your toes out. Inhale, reach the arms up into the air. And exhale, cactus the arms, open the chest. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, squeeze the shoulder blades together, draw them back and down. 2 more with a lion's breath. Inhale, reaching them forwards and up. Exhale, sticking the tongue out. And 1 more like that. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Straighten the legs. We'll take warrior 2 straight away on the second side. So bending that left knee and spreading the toes of the back foot. This time bring the arms out in line with the shoulders, but just put a soft bend in the elbows, a kite walk arms. Inhale, draw the shoulder blades back, lift the heart up. Exhale, roll the shoulders forwards, draw the chin in towards the chest. Inhale, open the chest, move from your shoulders. Exhale, rounding the spine, drawing the chin in. 1 more like that. Inhale, opening through the chest. And exhale to round the spine, drawing the chin in. Good. And then inhale, reach the left arm up. Bend the left elbow. And take a stretch of your triceps. Inhale, expand the space all the way down the left side of the body. And then exhale, start to draw the left elbow back, like you're coming into reverse warrior. Option to stay here or to thread the right arm underneath. Breathing space all the way down the left side of your body. Good, and then releasing the arms, coming to center, straightening the front leg. Inhale, reach forwards, and exhale, coming into triangle. Bringing the left hand to the inside of that left leg and drawing that right shoulder blade back in towards the spine. Feel the breath creating space all the way down the right side of your body. Option to stay here or to take a couple of breaths in a half moon. So walking that back foot in. You might have your hand on a block or on the ground or floating. And then lifting that right leg up. Opening the right hip and the right shoulder towards the ceiling. Good, and then release the right leg back down. Parallel your feet to the long length of the mat. And then turn the hands towards the front of the mat and step back into a plank position. Take an inhale here. An option to come straight into downward facing dog or to come through a vinyasa. And when you reach your downward facing dog, taking an inhale through the nose and an exhale out through the mouth. Allowing the back of the head and the back of the neck to really soften and release. And then push from your fingertips all the way up to the sitting bones, putting a bend in the knees if that helps to keep the back long. Feeling that expansive breath around the front, the sides, and the back of the chest. Inhale, lift the right leg up into the air. And then exhale, step the right foot forwards. Stay on the toes of the back foot. We'll come up for a high lunge. Just to start off with, bring your hands onto your hips and see if you can get a sense of inhaling and lifting the ribs away from the hips. And exhaling, pushing both of the feet down into the ground. Inhale, reach the arms up into the air. And exhale, reach away through the left heel, maybe forwards through the right shin. If your back feels happy here, you can also feel yourself lifting up and maybe back a little bit. But allow the breath to stay full. If the breath becomes laboured, just draw back, dial back a little. Good. Release the left knee down. Maybe pad the left knee. And then we'll take a twist. Bring the right hand onto the right thigh. Inhale, reach the left arm up into the air. And exhale, hook the left elbow over the right thigh. Either a fist in the left hand with the right hand on top, or the palms come together. And inhale, expand the sides of the ribs. Exhale, allow the space between the back teeth. Allow the jaw to soften. Good, and then release the hands down either side of your front foot. Step back into a plank position. And again, option to come through a vinyasa or straight into your downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the left leg up into the air. Exhale, step the left foot forwards. Stay on the toes of the back foot. And again, coming up into your high lunge. This time, clasping the hands behind the back of the neck. If you can, this is called brain cradling in forest. So if you can allow the weight of the head to rest into your hands. And then inhale, feel your ribs lift up away from your hips. Exhale, reach back with your right heel, forwards with your left shin. Take another couple of breaths here. The elbows are lifting up towards the ceiling. Release the back knee down. Bring the left hand onto the left thigh. Inhale, reach the arm up into the air, right arm. And exhale for your twist. Bringing the right upper arm over the left thigh. Again, see if you can notice where you feel the sensation and invite the breath into that space. Good. Release the hands down either side of your left foot and come back onto your hands and your knees. And then sit yourself up so your hips are over your knees. We're going to take a camel pose here. So you might need some extra padding over your knees. You can double over your mat and the toes can be tucked under or the tops of the feet can be down. Bring the hands onto the hips and just check that you're not sticking your bum out. So tuck the tailbone under and draw the pubic bone towards the belly button. And then inhale, push down with your hands and lift the ribs up away from the hips. And exhale, squeeze the elbows in towards each other behind the back. This might be enough. If you're staying here, keep focusing on breathing in and drawing length up through the spine. And exhaling, keeping the hips over the knees, drawing the pubic bone in towards the navel. If you know that you can go back in your camel, aim to keep the hips over the knees, and maybe you can bring the hands back towards the heels, keeping the chest really lifted. So the aim here is not to crunch your back, it's to lift your ribs out of your hips. Take up to 3 more breaths. Good, draw the chin in towards the chest. And then slowly sit yourself down onto your heels. Bring the hands onto the thighs. And take 3 expansive breaths into the space around your heart. Good, and then we'll come to seated. So swinging yourself around and then bringing the soles of the feet together in Baddha Konasana. So in your Baddha Konasana, I want you to be able to sit with your spine long. So again, if you want to prop yourself up, you can do. If you want to just bring your feet a bit further away from you, you can do. Then we'll take a gentle neck release. So hover your left fingertips out in line with your left hip, just above the ground, and then release the head and the neck over towards the right side. And the right hand can be on the right thigh, or if you'd like to, you can give yourself a little bit of a massage on the left side of your neck. Breathing deeply into any stuck bits. And really allowing the jaw and the forehead to soften with the exhale. Good. Support the face with the right hand and draw it up to center. And then switching over, hovering those right fingertips out in line with the ground. The left hand can be on the left thigh, or you can bring the left hand to massage your right shoulder. Like a last resort when you can't get a massage from anyone else. Keep breathing deeply into the right side of your neck. With compassion for whatever you find there. Good, and then support the face with the left hand and draw it up to center. Straighten the left leg out in front of you and bring the sole of the right foot to the outside of the left knee. I'm going to take a twist. Spread the toes of the left foot. Bring the hand onto the right shin and just lift your chest up. So if you feel like you're rounding your back, bend your left knee. And then taking a twist, cradling that right thigh with the left arm, bringing the right hand out behind you. Inhale to expand the sides of the ribs. And exhale to draw the belly in, opening the chest towards the right. Twists are really good after back bends, so see if you can really allow the breath to expand into the whole of the back of the body as you twist. And then exhale to draw yourself a little bit deeper. Good, come back to center. Switch over the legs. So bending the left knee, bringing the sole of the left foot to the outside of the right thigh, right knee. And then cradling that left thigh with the right arm, bringing the left hand out behind you. Again, inhaling really deeply into the entirety of the back of your body. And exhale, draw the belly in, draw the crown of the head back over your sacrum. Come back to center. Bring both of the legs out in front of you and just give the legs a little bit of a shake to relax them a little bit. And then put a bend in the knees as much as you need to keep the spine nice and long. Inhale, reach the arms up into the air. And exhale, take a forward fold over the legs. Allowing yourself here to soften the back of the head and the back of the neck. Not focusing on how far you can reach with the hands, but just focusing on the feeling of the breath in the back of the body. Allowing your body to start to down-regulate, drawing yourself back into your center. And then slowly roll up to center. Bring your arms out in line with the shoulders. Plug the shoulders into the sockets. Draw the low belly in. And we'll come down onto our back. See if you can curl the low back down first. Then the middle part of the back. And then the upper back. And hug your knees in towards your chest. Maybe taking some circles with your knees around your hip joint. Maybe taking a happy baby pose if that would feel good for your body here. Allowing the breath to fill down into the hips. And exhaling out through the mouth, letting the body land. And then keeping the right knee hugged in, extend the left leg out to straight on the mat. We'll take a twist. The left hand comes onto the right thigh, and then you draw that right leg over towards the left. You might want to shuffle your left hip underneath a little bit. Inhale, expand the right side of your ribs. And exhale, let the weight of the body settle down into the ground. Good, coming back to center, inhaling, coming back to center. Switching over your legs, hugging the left knee in, the right leg comes out. The right hand comes onto the left knee. And again, maybe shuffling your right hip underneath you as you draw the left knee over towards the right. Feeling your breath now in the space around the heart. And then drawing back to center. Either bring the soles of your feet together, the knees dropping wide into Supta Baddha Konasana, or bring the feet down on the mat, wide on the mat, let the knees drop in towards the middle. Option to bring one hand over your low belly and one hand over your heart, or to bring two hands over your heart as we did at the start of the class. And feel your breath now expanding to fill the space that you've created with your practice all the way down into your hips, your pelvis, your low belly. And as you exhale, allow the body to take the shape of the ground, to really yield into and soften into the space underneath you. And then consciously taking a few breaths to fill the space around the heart again. Fostering that connection with your heart space through the vehicle of the breath. And then for the last couple of breaths before Shavasana, just see if you can feel the whole of the belly, the pelvis, the heart, the back, with your inhale. And with your exhale, let go with the holding on and let the body rest down into the ground. Good. From here, we'll take our Shavasana. So grabbing a blanket, if you'd like a blanket, or socks or a jumper. And then taking a shape to rest, traditionally on our backs, but finding a shape that works for you to rest in. You can lie on your side or your belly if that feels more intuitive or comfortable. And let the low back be long, so consciously tuck the tailbone under, and then allow the feet to drop outwards so that the hips are nice and relaxed. Maybe you want to shuffle the shoulders away from the ears, and just checking the face and the forehead, the jaw, the back of the head. And really letting the weight of your head relax and release down into the ground. And taking these moments to let go. You're not trying to do anything. You're not trying to control the breath. The breath's now just moving itself in the way that it does. So as much as you can, surrendering to this process of release. Allowing yourself this space in this container that you've created in your body. And then gently starting to breathe a little bit deeper. Maybe wiggling your fingers and your toes. Maybe softly moving the head from side to side. And then hugging the knees in towards the chest, giving yourself a bit of a squeeze. And rolling over to whichever side feels comfortable for you. Just feeling the body rest there too. And then gently, whenever you're ready, pushing yourself back up into a comfortable seat. And bring the hands together in front of the heart space, lengthening the back of the neck, lowering the gaze. Feeling the breath expanding the front, the sides, and the back of your heart. In connection with and with compassion for whatever you find there. We'll close the practice with the sound of an Om together. If you want to Om, if not, just listening to mine. Taking a deep breath in. Om. Thank you for the privilege. Namaste. Thank you all so much for joining and sharing and breathing. If anyone's got any questions or wants to say hello, then please do. Otherwise, I'll see many of you next week. Look after yourselves.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.